founders who win over the next decade won't be the ones with the newest, coolest tool. They'll be the ones who know exactly where technology ends and humanity begins.
If education sales has you second guessing yourself, take a breath. This is a trust-first, relationship-driven market, and the old tactics, they don't translate. This show replaces guesswork with clarity and a customer acquisition system that builds a pipeline you can trust. I'm Josh Chernikoff, two-time education founder with 2 exits and a lead gen coach for companies in education. Through my EdSales elevation experience over the last 2 years, I've coached 210 companies to leads on repeat. In 2025 alone, I delivered over 2,600 hours of coaching to education companies. My co-host is John Gamba. He also has a successful exit, and now he's the Director of Innovative Programs and the Entrepreneur in Residence at Penn's Graduate School of Education. This is the only show dedicated to customer acquisition for education companies, so consistent listeners go from stalled deals to clarity, credibility, and a pipeline they can rely on. This is EdSales Edge, where education company founders earn their edge.
Imagine 2 education company founders. Both use ChatGPT. You've heard of it. Both are selling into the same exact school district. Both ask AI to research the district. Both ask AI to write an email for them. Both prepare for the meeting with that school district. Both then send a proposal. One is able to win the opportunity, and the other never hears back. The question is, what happened? It wasn't the AI, it wasn't the prompt, it wasn't even the email. It was where one founder decided to stop letting AI do the thinking for them. Let me say one thing very clearly out loud. I love AI. I use it every single day. It has made me more efficient. It has made me better prepared. It has helped me challenge my own thinking. But I've become increasingly concerned about something. I'm watching education company entrepreneurs, teacherpreneurs, founders use AI to replace the very things that make buyers actually trust them. And that's not good. They're outsourcing judgment. They're outsourcing curiosity. They're even outsourcing empathy. And without realizing it, they're becoming more efficient, maybe, but they're also becoming less human. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. Welcome to the EdSales Edge. This show is for education company founders, entrepreneurs, teacherpreneurs who want to sell more effectively, build stronger relationships, and grow companies that actually solve meaningful problems in education while making revenue, good revenue. I'm Josh Chernikoff. I'm the founder of the EdSales Revenue Machine. Today's episode isn't about the best AI tool. It's not about prompts. And it isn't about whether AI is good or bad. We've already moved past that conversation because AI is here to stay. The real question is this: where should AI actually belong inside the sales process of your education company? Because I think too many founders have answered that question by accident. Instead of intentionally deciding where AI adds value for them, they simply allowed convenience to make the decision for them. That's not good. And convenience isn't always a strategy.
Before we jump back in, I want to take a quick moment to thank you for being part of the EdSales Edge community. If you're enjoying this conversation or you found value in any of our episodes, please take a moment to follow or subscribe wherever you're listening or watching, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app. And if you have a minute, leaving us a review or giving this episode a thumbs up on YouTube makes a huge difference. It helps more education founders and leaders discover the show and allows us to keep bringing you conversations like this. We truly appreciate your support. Now, back to the show.
Here's the big mistake I see founders in the education space do every single day. They ask AI to research the prospect. Then they ask AI to write the outreach. Okay. Then AI prepares the meeting. All right. Then AI creates discovery questions. It's all sounding familiar, I bet. AI summarizes the conversation. AI writes the proposal. AI drafts the follow-up. AI writes the LinkedIn post about the meeting. Eventually, I want to stop them and ask, hey, excuse me, what part of the sale are you actually doing? Because if AI is responsible for all of your thinking, what exactly are you bringing to the friggin' conversation? No, don't misunderstand me. Again, I am not anti-AI. Oof, quite the opposite. I think founders who ignore AI are making a huge mistake. But founders who surrender their thinking to AI are making an even bigger mistake. Because buyers don't purchase your ability to use ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude Code or whatever's the coolest thing in AI when you listen to this show. They buy your experience. They buy your judgment. They buy your understanding. They buy your perspective. Those are still very human advantages. Let's talk about the shift. For years, our advantage came from information. If I knew something about a district that my competitor didn't, that was pretty valuable. Today, not so much. Everyone has access to information. Strategic plans, board minutes, enrollment data, grant announcements, district policies, leadership changes. And guess what? AI can organize all of that in minutes, if not seconds. Information is becoming really a commodity. Think about it. Interpretation is becoming the competitive advantage. I'm going to repeat that. Information is becoming a commodity. Wow. Interpretation is becoming the competitive advantage. The winners won't know more, they'll understand more. Mind if I repeat that again? The winners won't know more, they'll understand more, and that is a completely different skill. Let's talk about some principles, okay? Not principles like inside the school, but principles. Principle one, AI should replace work. Never thinking. This is the lens I use every single day, and so does my team. Alvin, Kim, Ken, Jeff, Jenny, Andre, Tets, we all use that lens. AI should never replace thinking. It should replace work. AI should absolutely replace repetitive work, summarizing notes, organizing research, comparing districts, cleaning CRM records, finding patterns, drafting first versions. Fantastic. Let it do that work. Let him do that work. Him? I said, yeah. Because we have named our AIs. We have two of them. One, his name is Walter. He's named after Walter Johnson, the great pitcher for the Washington Senators. Back in the 1930s, he was an amazing pitcher. And then we have Max. Max Scherzer was a great pitcher for the Washington Nationals when they won the World Series. We named them after great pitchers because we think of AI as pitching and catching. We think of AI as replacing work. Walter Johnson and Max Scherzer were work horses. They do a lot of work for us. But I don't want AI, in our case, Walter or Max, when they're pitching or catching or where they're doing work, to replace my opinions, to replace my observations, to replace my customer understanding, to replace my judgment, my stories, my experience. Those are not administrative tasks. They're leadership tasks. And here's the line to remember. AI can organize information. It cannot develop wisdom. Wisdom still comes from conversations, from wins, from losses, from getting something wrong, from listening carefully. AI hasn't lived your career. You have. Don't hand that over to anybody else. Principle two, AI should prepare the conversation, not have the conversation.
Building an education company can feel incredibly lonely. You are making decisions about your messaging, your offer, your outreach, and your pipeline, and most of the people around you do not really understand how selling into education works. That is why we built the Education Sales Entourage. It is a private community for education founders and operators who are building companies, selling into schools and institutions, and working through many of the same challenges you are. Inside the entourage, you are not sitting on the sidelines consuming more information. You are in the room. You can bring your message, bring your offer, bring the outreach that is not working, bring the deal that feels stuck, and pressure test it with people who understand the market and understand the work. Because the right community does more than make you feel supported. It helps you think more clearly, move more confidently, avoid mistakes, and build a stronger company without having to figure out every decision alone. Go to school.com/entourage and join us inside the Education Sales Entourage. Do not just join the community, get in the room. All right, back to the show.
I spent decades selling into the education space. I have never won an opportunity because I knew more public facts than the buyer. Never. I've won because I understood what those facts meant. AI can absolutely and should help you prepare. Again, Pitch and catch ideas with your AI. Find your Max, find your Walter. Have it summarize the district, review that strategic plan, compare board priorities, surface recent initiatives. That's wonderful. Do all of that. Definitely. But preparation isn't the sale. The sale begins the moment the buyer starts talking. That's when curiosity matters. That's when listening matters. That's when empathy kicks in and really matters. That's when great follow-up questions matter. AI can't notice when someone hesitates before answering. AI can't recognize when a superintendent says one thing, but actually means something completely different. AI can't feel the political pressure in the room. People can. You can. I can. Which is why I keep reminding founders, AI prepares you, curiosity carries you. AI prepares you, curiosity carries you. Principle 3, AI understands data, people understand people. AI might tell you literacy is the district priority. The buyer might tell you, quote, we've already failed with literacy initiatives 3 times, end quote. AI says teacher retention. The buyer says, quote, our principals are exhausted, end quote. AI says student engagement. The buyer quietly admits, quote, we don't have the capacity to implement another initiative, close quote. You see the difference? One is information. The other is the actual reality. Sales has never been about collecting information. It's about uncovering reality. That's why discovery conversations, they still matter so much. That's why relationships still matter. That's why empathy still matters. AI doesn't remove easy for me to say. I'm getting truly, not getting choked up here. I'm definitely getting a little emotional about this. Thinking truly about discovery calls and how much I've learned about people and businesses. And AI doesn't remove the human side of selling, getting to know people. Gosh, I love that part. It makes the human side even more valuable. Principle 4, stop asking AI to write for you. Start asking AI to challenge you. Again, go back to that idea of pitching and catching ideas. This was the biggest shift I made to really learn how to leverage and love AI. Most founders ask, write me a personalized email. That's the wrong question. Instead, what you should ask, why would a superintendent ignore this? Ask, what assumptions am I making? Ask, what tension am I missing? Ask, what question would create a better conversation?
Quick pause before we wrap. This is the work we help founders do inside the EdSales revenue machine and the education sales entourage. Get clear on your perfect client. Tighten your offer. Build the right relationships. Create the rhythm. And stop guessing alone. If you want the simple planning tool from today's conversation, text 90 days to 7713-334-233. we'll send you the 90-Day Founder Challenge. And if you want the room where founders are doing this work together, go to school.com/entourage. All right, let's close this out.
Realize at this point, now AI is not replacing your thinking. It's actually sharpening it. And when I think about the pitching and catching, you're just like pitching and catching even faster. I can see it. And that's a completely different relationship. AI shouldn't be just your writer. It should be your thinking partner. Pitch, catch, pitch, catch. Principle 5, AI should give you more time to be human, to be yourself. This is the point that I think everyone kind of misses. If AI saves you 2 hours, don't spend those 2 hours sending 50 more emails. Spend those 2 hours talking to customers, calling prospects, visiting schools. When I ran my after-school enrichment business, before I sold it, we had 82 schools. I was at those 82 schools every other month. When I ran my tutoring company in the Washington, D.C. area, we had 100 to 200 families. I was meeting all those families, not tutoring all of them, but meeting them consistently, going around, checking in. Every conversation you have, especially in person, and I encourage you to do it in person if you can, teaches you something. The purpose of automation isn't to remove the humanity, it's to create more room for it. That's the future that I'm excited about. Not founders hiding behind AI, founders becoming more present because AI has eliminated the busy work. Let me tell you 3 things AI should never lead, and I'll simplify this. First, relationships. Trust isn't generated, it's earned. Second, discovery. AI can't help you listen. It can help you prepare the questions, don't get me wrong. But only you can recognize those follow-up questions that could lead the conversation. Third, judgment. Eventually, you'll face a decision where the spreadsheet says yes and your expertise says no. I have a great buddy of mine. He also started a few very successful businesses, and we always used to say, trust your gut, nitwit. If your gut and your experience says no, remember that decision still belongs to you. So you can say no, always. I got a challenge for you. Here's your challenge this week. Look at every place you've used AI over the past 7 days, then ask yourself one question. Did AI replace work or did it replace thinking? Again, one question for you. Did AI replace work or did it replace thinking? If it replaced work, keep going, baby. You are on the right track. Loving it. If it replaced thinking, take that responsibility back. Because your customers don't need another founder who knows how to write prompts. They need someone who understands them. I'm going to bring this one home. AI isn't the future of sales. Better salespeople using AI, that's the future. The founders who win over the next decade won't be the ones with the newest, coolest tool. They'll be the ones who know exactly where technology ends and humanity begins. Use AI for the work. Don't use AI to avoid the relationship. Because education has always been and always will be, always, always, always will be a people business. And people still buy from people, and they always will. I'm Josh Chernikoff. Thank you for spending part of your day with me. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you next time on the EdSales Edge.
All right, that's it for this episode of the EdSales Edge. Thanks for joining us. If you sell into education, the goal of this show is very simple: to help you stop guessing what actually moves deals in a system where trust matters. If you want to go deeper, join us inside the Entourage, our private community for education founders and operators selling into schools. You'll see the details in the show notes. If this episode helped you think more clearly, that's great. Subscribe, like it, and share it with another founder in the education space. Until next time, get clear, build trust, set up a system for sales, and keep earning your edge.